Yo.
Welcome back. It's been a long time, but
Yes.
we are here. We're in Texas. It's currently Monday, the 29th. Siri's starting to listen to me now. Go away, Siri. And we're in Texas, 29th of 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Silly and Victor's, we're just leaving, heading for a coffee shop to do some work, get on the computer, get out of the house a little bit, and get some things done.
Yep.
But good to see you guys. Well, good for you guys to see us, I guess, because we can't see you, but good to be back.
We're staying true to our rides with the Richies, and we're doing an update in a vehicle. This is my mom's truck that she's letting us borrow. Actually broke down a couple days ago, but thankfully she was able to get it fixed. Somebody helped her. So, yeah, we have some exciting news. Obviously, we haven't done one of these because we have been waiting till the news got out, but
Yeah, we didn't want to have to be in here not being able to talk about anything and everything.
yes, so we're so excited. We are officially missionaries with Commission to Every Nation.
AKA C10,
Woo woo!
based out of Texas.
Yeah, they're actually based out of Kerrville, Texas. And so Kerrville, we actually, like that city sounded familiar. And then my brother-in-law, when I was telling him, he was like, oh, that's the city where the...
Can you put the mirror out? Oh, shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Pause.
Oh.
You can't do the window. She's going to have to hop out for a minute.
Shoot. 1 second.
I don't
Maybe
even
we'll
know where the
pause
four
it.
ways.
Well, oh wait, can you edit it on your
I think
laptop?
so. But, yeah. So we went to Kerrville.
Wait, Kerrville is
For-
where the flood happened last year, where a lot of people passed away from it was at the Christian camp. That's what I was gonna say,
Yeah.
which was really sad.
Like 100 plus people
Yeah.
got killed during this flood.
Was it 100? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
it was a lot.
Yeah, but it was really sad. We were walking by this park, and all these trees were like bent over, pretty bad, and it was from the flood. And so, anyways, it was a sweet little town. Yeah.
Yeah. We're excited to be on with C10. We went to the orientation first thing when we landed here, and that went really well. We love the staff. We love our missionary care couple that's going to be over us.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're here in Melissa, Texas, just spending time with Melissa's family, her mom. And we're flying out to Washington on the 7th, depending.
Yeah.
Things are still in the air.
Yeah. And so we sent out a newsletter, obviously, explaining why the switch happened. And honestly, it was something that Brad and I had been wrestling with and thinking about even when we were in language school, because we were thinking, okay, we know what the role entails. And so what's that going to look like? How frequently? We didn't know much of those details. We just knew that we would be traveling once we started ministry, essentially. So 2026, January, we started traveling each weekend to the churches, getting introduced and all of that. And we still had a lot of questions. We had a lot of conversations with our team leaders and this and that. And it just... yeah, we were like, okay, well, we got to keep going. We got to go to all the churches and all that. And then we finally got clarity at the end of April, what exactly, how much traveling that they were wanting us to do. And it was about, they had mentioned traveling outside San Jose at least 3 times a week during the week, and then once on Sunday. And so yeah, it didn't work out. It wasn't a good fit.
It's a lot more traveling than we anticipated.
Yeah. And it wasn't just of the travel. I mean, yes, that's definitely a part of it. Like, can we sustain this? And the answer was no. But it was also just the unique calling, like what I mentioned in our newsletter, of what the Lord has for us. And we weren't necessarily feeling called to be doing what we were doing in this role. And, you know, sometimes, a lot of times actually, you get down to the place of service, and it's not what you pictured or thought or expected or whatever. And sometimes you just don't know until you get on the ground and you start doing the thing. And so
We were just struggling to see how we could effectively be a part of 13 churches across the country and just with our giftings and what we enjoy in ministry and how we feel like God has gifted us in ministry, just couldn't see a future for that.
Yeah. But we are excited. I mean, 100% we feel called to missions. Like 100% we feel called to stay in Costa Rica. We after being there for a year and 9 months now, we're like even more sure like this is where we're supposed to be. God's blessed us with an amazing community. He's blessed us with friends that we've been able to get close with, and just all of that stuff. So all that to say, we absolutely respect and love the Church of God. We respect their missions philosophy, which is letting the nationals lead, which is another reason why we couldn't necessarily stay on with Church of God. We did ask if we could, go to maybe, instead of supporting 13, is there any possible way we can support 3, the ones that were living close by in San Jose? And the answer was no, unfortunately, but understandably, because the national leaders make up this job description. It's not the office in Anderson, it's not our team leaders, it's not any of that. It is solely what the nationals want. And so we pray and we hope, like, maybe after this change, there could be some re-talking about what that might look like. There could be more missionaries that get sent out to the field. If you ever feel called, what is that? The laborers are few.
The harvest is plenty, the laborers are few.
Absolutely. And so go. If you even have thought or had that calling, get plugged in with an organization and see what the Lord might have for you. That was my plug-in, is do missions. But anyways, so we do pray and hope that there could be somebody. We do believe that there could be somebody for this role that would want to travel, that does have the capacity, and that's good for them. Maybe a single person, maybe a retired person, I don't know. But anyways, that's that. So yeah, but what's to come? This is what we're really excited about. We are excited to go back to Costa Rica. Before we left, we visited one of the slums that I've talked about before. It's called La Carpio. That was pretty eye-opening. And we have some friends that work out there with the youth and with kids. And we've had invitations to come out. Brittany and Frank, they don't even know this, but I mean, we've talked so much about going out to La Carpio, but we ended up going with our friend Chris first, who is the youth director out there for one of the ministries that they run. But it was really great, and I'm not sure if that's something we do every week, if that's something we do once a month, if that's something, we'll be praying about that. And then
we're excited to get plugged into a home church.
Yes.
Because with the Church of God, we weren't able to have a home church, so now we are. And so we're super excited about that. So we have a couple churches in mind, Iglesia DC, El Lugar, and we might go check out a couple more. But we want to just get a home church. We want to plug in, just kind of like we did with Cornwall when we were in Washington, just really plug in and be a part of the church, be one with the church. And then we also have the language school, which we've already been in talks with the language school about coming on. One thing for sure we're going to do is run the language club or language class, which is on Thursdays. It's people who want to learn Spanish get together, people who want to learn English get together, and then we have 45 minutes. The way it's run right now, we might change this up a little bit, but 45 minutes is in English and then 45 minutes is in Spanish. And so we're really excited because it's us gringos at the school connecting with the local community just out in the community. And so there's just so many opportunities and so many things so many ways we can take that. So we're going to probably start that up when we get back. And then we're also going to be having conversations with the school about coming on in a more formal manner, maybe part-time or so, just helping with student care, specifically when students land in country. A lot of the times they have orientation as the first thing with the school, but the time between orientation when they land, we've just heard from other students that they're like, we don't know what stores to go to, we don't know if it's safe to go out, we don't know where to go. Like, they have these questions, and so we want to be there to help kind of bridge that gap for them and just Lord willing, we'll have a car. That's one thing we'll talk about in a minute. But Lord willing, we'll have a car, and we can be the ones to take them and show them our favorite grocery stores, and just take them around if they need to get to the doctor's office or whatever. And then after orientation, when they start school, then we can be people who want to have them over for coffee, just have them over for dinner, really just be student care, be a listening ear for them.
We'll probably help with organization when it comes to student outings. They try to give the students a lot of just like cultural experiences and going on little weekend trips or getaways or whatever. And even organizing student events, like when people are away from their family for the first time for Thanksgiving or Christmas or 4th of July or all of the American holidays, just like organizing student events that can help. And we're just really quick, I'm really excited about this because I feel like there's a lot of room and opportunity for teams, because that's one thing, the churches that are supporting us, we do want to receive teams. And one of the ways, we have so many ideas of how teams can get plugged in with the ministries we're going to be serving at in the community, but also the language school. We have chapels Tuesdays and Thursdays. Is there somebody on a missions team that wants to do a Devo for some of the missionaries or can lead worship for the chapel? And then also we have families coming in, missionary families that have kids. Is there a team that would want to come down and help out with being able to watch some of the missionary kids while the parents can go have a date night? There's just so many opportunities and ways where we can plug in teams with the language school as well as the ministries that we're going to be involved with out in the community. So
we also want to plug students in with outreach opportunities, because another thing we've heard from students is they would like to be able to serve more when they're here at the school.
Yeah, to practice their Spanish.
And so hopefully the ministries that we get plugged in with, we'll build relationships with, and then we can just bring the students in with us as we go. And so a lot of opportunities that we're super excited about. We'll keep you guys
we can
updated.
ramble, and we have a lot of ideas. But
yeah. But other than that, to keep this short, and we're already at our destination.
Well, it's only at 12 minutes. This is good.
That's
Usually
good.
Our rides are like...
People start falling off at 4 minutes, so we've already lost 90% of the people anyways.
We did want to talk to you guys about a need that has come up. As we transition out of Church of God, technically all of the funds that we have raised... how do I even word this? Okay, so
we have a vehicle.
We have a vehicle
that we purchased with ministry funds.
Yes.
When we got to Costa Rica, but that goes to the Church of God, and so the Church of God technically owns the vehicle. We don't own it.
Exactly.
And so now that we're leaving the Church of God, they keep the vehicle. We don't keep it, and so if we want it, we have to repurchase the vehicle back off them.
Yeah.
And so now we're looking to get funds to repurchase the vehicle off them again, so we can actually own it for ourselves. This time we'll own it for ourselves. And so
with how Commission to Every Nation works is everything goes to us. We're technically third-party contractors, and so we'll have to we'll be working with somebody to help us with like the accountant side of things and taxes and all of that stuff, because we have to like keep track and like set aside money for the end of the year and taxes and blah blah blah. But the cool thing is the money we technically manage that, and we get to have it go into our bank account. Everything, technically, because it's a corporation, we work for Church of God when we were with them. What Brian said, everything like the things in our home that we purchased with our housing budget. When we first got there, things like our pillowcases, knife set for the kitchen, like blankets, pillows, whatever. Like technically all that belonged to Church of God, so we had to rebuy that.
And the big thing was the big items, the refrigerator, the washer, the stove, the dryer, like those were the big ticket ones.
But obviously there was like wear and tear from the year and 8 or 9 months we've been there, and so they were nice enough to like cut that in half for us, so we only had to pay half of that, but it was still quite a bit. But we just are like, okay, the vehicle, that's the biggest expense. Obviously that was a lot of money. We had
And
purchase that with our one-time gifts.
A vehicle is just key to the ministry that we do, because we're always driving students around all the time.
Yeah.
We had a 7-seater Toyota, and we had the 7 seats full like multiple times a week.
Yeah.
And so that's just a crucial part of what we do. And also just having a reliable vehicle is important, because we do quite a bit of traveling outside of the city as well.
Well, with student outings and stuff, we might be taking students, and then when teams come and all of those things. But even then, like the vehicle we had is super reliable in the sense where we know who owned it prior. We know the odometer wasn't rolled back, which happens to a lot of vehicles. Like cars, you can purchase a new car, but you don't know if they rolled back the odometer, which is annoying. So it's hard to find a reliable vehicle. But anyways, all that to say, we do want to keep the Toyota. So if you do feel led at all to partner with us in that and would like to give a donation towards our vehicle, we'll put in a link at the bottom of the video. It's really our page. It's our donate. It says Donate USA at the top.
It's the same link that was in our newsletter.
Yeah.
And everywhere else that Melissa's been putting links.
And I'm assuming you can put in like a one-time gift, and so you could do that. But that would be greatly appreciated as we have to raise funds again for our vehicle. So yeah, we would love that. And if you have any questions or want to give us a call, we're more than happy to get on a FaceTime call or phone call. We actually prefer FaceTime calls. It was actually really fun being able to contact a lot of our supporters to kind of share about what's been going on. We've been doing that, and it's just been encouraging for us to hear your voices and just to get to share kind of the new news, but also get to hear how you guys are doing. And Brian and I were like, why don't we do this more often? And so yeah, but we love you guys. We appreciate every one of you guys who stays on here and listens and cares. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on in each and every person's lives. We've been pretty heartbroken about what has been happening in Venezuela and the earthquake there, and just like the earthquakes all over the world, really. The Lord is coming soon, and so we understand that people are busy, and we just appreciate and love every single person that is with us and cares about us. And so yeah, but anyways, I think that's it.
Probably send another one out when we get to Washington.
Yeah, we're going to be heading to Washington
Try and be
soon.
a little more consistent now that we're kind of back in action, and we don't have to hide any details or anything like that now.
Yeah. I was going to say really quick, a highlight and low light. A highlight of this week is we went to a church called Anchor Church, which is here in McKinney, Texas, and it was such an encouraging message. He was talking about witness, and it was just super good. I don't have my phone. Oh, I do have my phone. But anyways, it's the church. So my sister's looking into going to a church, and she might land there. And so we knew a student. His name was Jay. Shout out to Jay if you're listening.
What's up, Jay?
He is a missionary in South America right now. And he has a daughter that came to visit him when he was in Costa Rica at the language school. And his daughter and her husband came together. And they live here in Texas, and they go to Anchor Church as well. And so I was messaging with Jay's daughter, and anyways, we went to her church, Anchor Church, and it was awesome. So that was definitely a highlight. One of my sister's sister-in-law went, and she accepted Christ, and it was just really sweet. And so so that was a super big highlight. Low light, me and my sister got in a fight. We are sisters, so this does happen quite often. But we were able to talk it out. Brian and I have been praying a lot, and it's just one of those things. I know if you guys have siblings, you guys get in sibling fights. But this was actually really good because we typically always argue like the first 2 or 3 days in. But this was like 9 days in. We've been here since June 5th. And so it's been a long time we've been here. So anyways, I would say that was a low light. But yeah, and then encouraging verse or something that's encouraged you recently before we close, as we
My
always
phone
close.
is being used for the video.
Well, let's do this, because I could say something that was preached at the church. He was talking about different witnesses. How about this? How about we talk about the path of righteousness in Psalms? We did a debrief. Oh, we didn't even tell you about that.
We're at 20 minutes, though.
I know.
We can't go too long.
I'm not going to go too long. Okay, what about if we share what our debrief was like the following Rides with the Richies? Because we went to a 5-day debrief in Arkansas this month, and that was super, super good. We adore the couple. They just did such a phenomenal job in giving us the space to share and to hear from the Lord. But we walked through Psalms 23, which is a very famous psalm. But in there, it says, He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. Oh my gosh, the path of righteousness. There's a verse. How does this say? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me down paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Thank you. Okay, so that we got asked during a Devo in the morning, like, what do you think that means, paths of righteousness? And for us, we were like, well, that just means, righteousness, paths of righteousness, doing the right thing, walking with the Lord, right? And so he showed us all these different pictures of different roads, and they were all like crazy. Some of them were windy. Some of them there was like 2 slits where you can only go 2 ways. Some of them was a straight path that looked really, really nice. No mountains, nothing. Some were like muddy and like you could barely go through. And we kind of like talked about like, what do these roads mean? And like there was a road with like all these sheep coming at you, and I was like, oh, that reminds me of like you're on a road where there's like offense and like opposition or whatever. So it was really neat exercise. And he talked about, what if the path of righteousness wasn't necessarily where you go or how you get there, but it's learning to walk with Jesus on these paths that are bumpy, that are sometimes hard, that are not what you expected, that are that have multiple directions you could choose. Like it was a really fascinating. I really liked that Devo. That was a good one. So anyways, that is our end verse or encouragement, is the path of righteousness is not necessarily choosing and figuring out the path you're going to be going or even what you're going to be doing, but the path or the road you're on. What about if that's learning how to walk with Jesus along the way?
It's not about what you do, it's about who you're with. To sum it all up.
Boom.
In a couple words.
Boom.
So take that one and think about it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, as they would say.
Oh, babe, we're missionaries. We're not supposed to tell people to smoke things. That's not
it's just
good.
an analogy. You guys know what's going on here.
Okay, we love you guys, and we'll see you again on hopefully another Rides with the Richies in the next couple of
Next time we'll probably be in Washington.
Yep.
So, adios, amigos.
Bye.
Ciao.